Hey, welcome back to Ken's Cardboard. Thanks for joining me today down in my basement. It's time to talk a little bit about hockey. I still have a Rockies shirt on, but got my Avalanche hat on. If you didn't know, it's what today? August 10th. So the NHL season starts less than 2 months. October 4th is the first game. So, it seems like the season just ended when the Panthers won the Stanley Cup, which was in late June. So basically you get July and August and September, and then you're back to hockey again in October. So today I got a couple things in the mail. There's one thing I forgot to show from the National, a card from the National. I'm talking about hockey cards today. It's been a while since I showed some hockey cards, except for the pickups I got at the National. But I have a question for you all. Will vintage hockey ever kind of make a run? Is it going to run up like vintage baseball did, back in 2021 or so? I think that vintage hockey's definitely underrated in the hobby. I know, probably one of the reasons is because there were only 6 teams back in the early days, and they're all up in the Northeast with Toronto and Montreal and Detroit and New York and Chicago. So, the original 6 teams. And so, who knows if it's going to make any comeback. If vintage hockey is going to be something of late. A lot of the players are from Canada, so in the U.S. I don't really see vintage hockey taking off that much because most of the folks who aren't familiar. Obviously there's stars like Bobby Orr and Gordie Howe. Everybody knows those guys, but maybe not everybody even knows them. But there just weren't a lot of players from the U.S., so I think U.S. people will not likely be collecting vintage hockey. Myself, I love it. I love the card designs. I love the uniqueness of it. I love the history of hockey, and no matter whether it's Canadian or when they started bringing in foreign players outside of Canada, a lot of cool stuff happening in hockey in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, even though I didn't even grow up playing it. I just came to love it when the Avalanche came here to Colorado in 1996. I've been a fan ever since, and the Avalanche don't have much history here. It's only gone back a little, almost not even 30 years yet. So, if I wanted to look at hockey before the Avalanche, got to go back to some teams that I didn't follow. So my dad never followed it, so something new that I'm exploring. And right now one of my goals is to kind of pick up one key card from pretty much every set that was created from maybe the start of hockey cards up until 1980 or so, when kind of the vintage era ends. So right now only Upper Deck has the license. So let's check out some cards. Let me know what you think about vintage hockey and where that's going in the world here. So I hope it actually stays kind of back on the back burner so I can pick up some great cards for some good prices. So that is my goal. But let's check out some hockey cards. I got one vintage new hockey card to show. I got a card back from SGC, and I got something in the mail from my buddy Dave Campbell. All right, let's turn it around. Alrighty then. A while ago I picked up this Avalanche card, Sam Girard. I've shown it on my channel before, but I just really love this Ultimate Collection design, and they only made one card. I don't even know if from every team. This is 21, 22, Ultimate Collection, one of my favorite products that Upper Deck puts out. Ultimate Collection, threw that in the background. But the Avalanche last year picked up for their playoff run, they picked up this guy Sean Walker and got this, you know, for less than $10. The autograph's not super great, but it's cool that it's in the gold ink. Love the die cut of the card here. This is a really thick card. Love the shine, the foil, just the overall design's great. But unfortunately, he signed elsewhere. The Avalanche haven't really made any moves because they don't have any cap room based on the contracts that they have. So they haven't picked up too many players. They picked up a guy named Matthew Phillips, who's a forward who hasn't played much in the NHL, and some guy named Oliver Chillington, who was out of the league for almost a year and a half for personal reasons, and I think he played 27 games for Calgary last year. And yeah, he's a defenseman, so I think that's a great pickup, and hopefully he can stay with it. So glad that the Avalanche picked that up. But speaking of the Avalanche, my buddy Dave Campbell sent me this super cool Special Forces card. I don't even know what set this comes in, but I love the foil work on it. It's also an acetate card. I love the red background. I love it's got dual images on it. I've never seen this card, Dave, but I love it. It's not numbered or anything, but Special Forces. I don't know what product it came out of, but this is from, don't know what year, something maybe 23, 24. But love this cool design. Love the foil work on that and the dual image. So actually it's the same, it looks like they share the same image, one just in black and white. But thank you so much, Dave. Appreciate that, buddy, sending that to my way. Very cool. So going back over just talking a little bit about vintage hockey, going back over the past year when I started collecting. Actually, I basically started collecting at the 2023 National in Chicago. I picked up this Tim Hortons card right here from a 1959 60 Parkhurst. Just love this card design. You know, I'm collecting, you know, cards that look great. They don't have to be high grades, affordable. You know, I think I paid like, you know, $70 or $75 for this card. But this Parkhurst is in Canadian or French on the back as well as English, so that's just pretty cool. Vintage Tim Horton from the 59-60 Parkhurst set. And then recently I picked up this Gordie Howe from the 54-55 Parkhurst set. You know, 5 years before that one. This is just a beautiful card. Just simple design. Again, we got it in French on the back. Legend Gordie Howe. That's my first Gordie Howe playing days card, and also my Tim Hortons playing day card. Those look good next to each other. I like the vintage fading on the cardboard. That's pretty cool. One of the players that I like a lot, he's also an author, is Ken Dryden. He's written many books. Was great goalie. Also, he was a politician in Canada. And he's author of several books. So there's a nice Ken Dryden there from 78 Tops. Also picked up was a 77 Tops Ken Dryden. Got these for bargain prices. So those are good examples there. And another Ken Dryden card here is his rookie card from 71, 72 Tops. Classic design of the set. Love the font at the top and the oval. These cards are tough to find centered and good prices, so I'll take a 6 all day on one that's centered. Thanks to my buddy Double D Vintage with his perfect centering eye. This is the Topps version. I believe there's an O-Pee-Chee version. Oh, I don't know if O-Pee-Chee had cards in 71, 72, but there's my Ken Dryden collection so far. One of the best players, in my opinion, ever is this guy here, Bobby Orr. I just love this card design with the silhouetted or kind of screened out players in the background, and then you got the foreground there. The colors look great on this card. This card's not tough to find center, but it's really pricey if you want a centered one, so found this one a decent price. Love that Bobby Orr card. That's from the 1960-69 Topps. That's the year after that Parkhurst. And then I had this card I'd shown before I bought it raw or ungraded, and I then sent it off to took it to the National with me and sent it to SGC, and just got this back yesterday actually, and got a 6.5. So it's got a little ding here and a little marks on the edges, but pretty happy with this card. This is obviously Lanny McDonald, his rookie card from 74-75 Topps. Cool design on the back. Lanny did play for the Colorado Rocky hockey team. So there's a Lanny card there. And then I was walking around the National, and this guy had a table of vintage hockey, and he had bought a whole set from a collection from a guy from this year, O-Pee-Chee, and this was a really nice bargain price. He sold him for $20. And when the guy told me at the National, he said he made me pay for all the price of all the grading too, as part, because he spent the time to get the cards graded. So I got this for a steal at $20. I don't know how much they cost. It cost to grade the cards back then. It's obviously an old flip without the, I think maybe cards at that time were like $6 to get graded back in whenever this was graded. So, but Peter McNabb, this is his rookie card. Shout out to Bill's Mafia, James, Sabres collector, Sabres fan. This is the 75 I said. So McNabb, this is the O-Pee-Chee. There is also a Topps version. His dad was a hockey player, Max McNabb. He attended the University of Denver before turning professional hockey. And then after hockey, he became the color commentator for the Colorado Avalanche. And then he unfortunately, was diagnosed with cancer and passed away 2 years ago. So we love Peter McNabb here in Colorado. He was awesome. I think he actually played for the Avalanche for a hot minute in the late 90s or early 90s. Maybe one season. But we miss Peter McNabb, but this is my homage to the 1975 O-Pee-Chee set. So there you go. There's my vintage hockey card collection. That's all I have thus far, but like I said, I'm looking to get a good example of a card. Pretty much every one of them going to have graded. I'm not really interested in buying non-graded cards off of eBay. Just too risky at times. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed it. Go Avs!